realization of interconnectedness. The traditional scientific view of the world, based on Newton's ideas, assumes that the universe operates independently of human beings, obeying unchanging physical laws. This concept creates a sense of separation between the individual and the world. However, Stoicism has long taught that the individual and the universe are inextricably linked. The Stoics believed that the world is a unified whole where each person is part of the great cosmos. Seneca wrote, "We are all part of the whole, bound together by the invisible ties of fate. What happens to us is not accidental, it is the result of the interaction of our will with natural laws." The influence of consciousness. Quantum physics claims that reality can be altered by the observer, but Stoicism went further. It argues that our perception shapes our understanding of the world. Epictetus taught people are not concerned with events, but with their opinions about them. We cannot change the universe directly, but we can change our reaction to it. Acceptance of the multiplicity of possibilities. Quantum theory suggests an infinite number of possible realities, but the Stoics would prefer to call this fate potential. We live within a predetermined cosmic order, but we have the freedom to choose how to perceive what happens. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Life is what our thoughts make of it." Every situation in life holds many opportunities for personal growth, and our challenge is to choose a conscious response while staying true to the virtues. Stopping the race for control. The modern idea that we need to control all aspects of life is contrary to the Stoic principle of acceptance. The Stoics taught that the pursuit of total control leads to suffering. Epictetus reminded us, "Distinguish what is in your power from what is beyond your control." We can only control our own thoughts, actions, and reactions. Personal responsibility. The Stoics argued that everyone is responsible for his or her own inner state. The world is like a mirror. It reflects our inner state. If a person is filled with anger and resentment, he will see the same world around him. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The soul colors the world with the colors of its thoughts." Thus, according to the Stoic view, man creates his reality not by changing the external world, but by governing himself. Perception, self-control, and acceptance are the keys to living in harmony with the cosmos, which is an inseparable part of each of us. Learn to accept reality and manage your perception. Imagine that the world around you is a mirror reflecting your inner states. In Stoicism, a key principle is to realize that our reactions to events are more important than the events themselves. We cannot control the external world, but we can control our perceptions and attitudes to what happens. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Everyone's life is what his thinking makes it." This means that our thoughts shape the reality we live in. If we are fixated on the negative, reality will seem hostile, but by changing our attitude, we begin to see the opportunities and bright sides of life. Freedom of choice is a source of strength. The Stoics saw freedom of choice as the foundation of human nature. We are free to choose our attitude to circumstances. Circumstances are essentially neutral, but our perception of them makes them good or bad. Imagine you are in a difficult situation. Instead of complaining, ask yourself, how can I use this challenge to grow? It is the realization of freedom of choice that gives us strength, even when circumstances seem to be against us. Projection of the inner state. The Stoics believed that the outer world reflects our inner state. The secret to a peaceful life is to be in harmony with yourself. If you are in turmoil, the world around you will seem chaotic. If you are at peace, even a storm will seem less threatening. Epictetus taught it is not events that disturb people, but their perceptions of events. When you focus on inner peace, external difficulties lose their power over you. Embracing change, the world is constantly changing, and holding something constant is an illusion. Instead of resistance, the Stoics advised accepting change willingly. This doesn't mean passive humility, but rather the ability to adapt flexibly to new circumstances. Marcus Aurelius said, "The universe is a stream, its flow is endless. By letting go of attachments to certain outcomes, we are freed from unnecessary stress and find inner freedom." True wealth is within us. True wealth is not measured in material things. The Stoics argued that contentment and tranquility are the ultimate treasures. Seneca said, "The poor is not he who has little, but he who longs for more." Instead of chasing external accomplishments, ask yourself, what do I truly value? Being conscious of your desires allows you to be happy in the here and now, consciously choosing your destiny. Each of us is the captain of our own ship. We determine our future through our thoughts, words, and actions. This is not magic, but a conscious approach to life based on an understanding of cause and effect. Marcus Aurelius reminded us, "You have power over your mind, but not over external events." Realize this and you will gain power. Put this knowledge into practice and life will be fuller and happier. Expand your boundaries and take responsibility for your life. In this reflection, we will revisit habitual ideas about predestination and fate to show that you are the architect of your own life. Are you ready to change your perspective and become the creator of your reality? From passive observer to active participant, the ancient philosophers of Stoicism taught that man is not just a spectator in the vast world, but an active participant. Traditional views considered the universe to be a machine moving according to unchanging laws, but the Stoics argued that we cannot control external events, but we are always in control of our reaction to them. As Epictetus wrote, "It is not the event itself that worries us, but how we perceive it. Separation from the world is an illusion. We are connected to it through our consciousness and actions." The law of reflection and personal responsibility. The Stoics believed that the universe reflects our inner state. Marcus Aurelius taught, "Everything that happens to us is the result of our thoughts." This idea echoes the concept of the law of reflection. Our internal attitudes shape the external world. Imagine being angry at the world, expecting life to get easier on its own. However, it is your attitude that feeds the negativity. Once you realize this, you gain power, not over events, but over yourself. Thought and intention as the basis for action. The Stoics taught that intentions and virtuous actions create a life worth living. Seneca asserted, "We are responsible for what we think and do. Our thoughts are the seeds of future actions." How often we blame circumstances, forgetting that fate is the sum of our decisions. Consciously managing thoughts and emotions allows us to achieve inner peace. Responsibility for choices and reality. If we accept that we shape our lives through perceptions and actions, the question arises, what determines our reality? The answer is simple, our choices. Taking responsibility for your life means realizing that every choice creates a new path. You become what you believe you are, said Epictetus. Take this as a guide. Your inner world determines your actions, and your actions shape your life. Acceptance, action, and freedom. The Stoics taught to accept what cannot be changed and to focus on what is within our power. This requires awareness of one's beliefs and discipline in action. Freedom comes not from controlling the external, but from controlling ourselves. Marcus Aurelius summed it up this way: a man's life is what he makes of his thoughts. Realize your role in shaping reality. Clear your mind of unnecessary unrest. Strengthen virtuous intentions, and build your life with dignity and wisdom. Quantum mechanics and Stoicism, realizing free will and destiny. Quantum mechanics opens us to a world where particles are not fixed objects but exist as clouds of probability, residing in potential states until they are observed. This concept is reminiscent of the Stoic reflection on free will and the nature of fate. As Epictetus said, we cannot control external events, but are always free to choose how to respond. The role of choice in shaping destiny. The idea of freedom of choice and shaping destiny through one's own actions is closely related to quantum uncertainty. Every decision we make, as the Stoics argued, opens the gateway to new possibilities, shaping our reality. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "A man's life is what he thinks about it. Our intentions and actions become the key to personal development and spiritual growth." Understanding time and destiny. In Stoicism, time is seen as a chain of events that follow one after another. But human wisdom lies in the ability to accept the present as it is. In quantum physics, time is a construct that exists only in our perception. The Stoics taught that the future is yet to come and the past is gone, and the only thing that matters is the present moment in which we are able to act intelligently. Space and interconnectedness. Quantum non-locality, where particles interact instantaneously regardless of distance, echoes the idea of Stoic cosmopolitanism. All humans are connected to each other and to nature. As Seneca said, we are born for community. In a world where everything is interconnected, our state of mind and actions affect not only us, but also the world around us. Consciousness as a mirror of reality. Quantum physics suggests that observation causes particles to assume a certain state. In Stoicism, our mind plays a similar role. We create our perception of the world through our thoughts and judgments. It is not things that worry people, but their perceptions of things, Epictetus argued. If we see the world as gloomy, it is not the fault of the universe, but the result of our attitude towards it. Taking responsibility for your life, just as particles take shape under the influence of an observer, our lives are shaped by our thoughts, beliefs, and actions. It is important to remember that the responsibility for our inner state lies with us. We must not wait for external circumstances to change, but change our inner world, as the Stoics taught. Eternal forward motion. Quantum superposition speaks of an infinite number of possible states before they collapse into one reality. This reflects a Stoic understanding of life as possibilities. We are always free to choose how to act in the moment, regardless of external circumstances. Our good is in our ability to act virtuously in the here and now, shaping our destiny with intelligent decisions. Begin each day with a positive intention, even if it asks just a simple smile. This small action can be the starting point for positive change in your life. As the Stoic Marcus Aurelius said, life is what our thoughts about it are. A conscious attitude shapes our perception of the world, paving the way for inner peace and outer success. In the universe, as in life, cause and effect relationships are not always obvious. Time seems to flow linearly, but thinking philosophically, one can see that the present, past, and future are intertwined. Our actions in the present shape our destiny. As Seneca taught, We shape our destiny by our thoughts and actions. Even if the outcome seems distant, every effort builds a foundation for future accomplishments. Imagine that your thoughts and beliefs are a mirror reflecting your inner self. If you look at life with pessimism, the world will respond in kind. But if you face each day with gratitude and determination, your efforts will be rewarded. As Epictetus said, it is not events that disturb people, but their perceptions of events. Remain firmly convinced of your potential, as if you have already achieved your goals. Life will adapt to your beliefs and actions. Remember that everything authentic begins from within. This idea echoes Seneca's reflection that the greatest wealth is to be content with what you already have. The world acts as a mirror of your soul. If you are stuck in negative thoughts, your life will seem hard, but by changing your perception and adopting a resilient attitude toward hardship, you will see the world begin to reflect that change. Marcus Aurelius said, "You have power over your mind, not over external events. Realize this, and you will gain power." Every day is a new opportunity to strengthen your inner self through conscious action and a positive attitude. Start the day by reflecting on the kind of person you want to be. Concentrate on developing your strengths and work on your weaknesses, remembering that he who seeks peace outside himself will find only restlessness. Difficulties are a part of life, but they provide an opportunity to grow. As Seneca said, "No wind will be a tailwind for one who does not know what harbor he is sailing into." Determine your goals and move toward them despite temporary obstacles. Remember that every challenge is an opportunity to become stronger and wiser. Don't forget that you are the creator of your life. Regularly reflect on your goals and move toward them consciously. Interact with the world as if everything is already working out for the best. Remember the words of Epictetus, "The happiness of life depends on the quality of your thoughts." We have come to the end of this reflection. May these ideas help you become more aware and purposeful. If you liked these thoughts, share them with others and leave your feedback. Remember, every small step counts on the path of your personal growth. Act with determination and confidence, and the world will respond in kind.